If you ever feel like you might need someone to remind you who still believes, don't forget I'm not so far from home. Don't forget I'm not so far from home. 'Cause when it's you, my heart feels it too. Hold on, I'm coming through. Just call, just call, just call. All you ever need to do is, when all you need is a friend. No, I won't ever hear excuses. We're in this till the end. Times I felt like I might need someone to remind me who still believed it didn't matter you were far from home. 'Cause you were never really far from home. So if you ever feel like you might need someone to remind you who still believes, don't forget I'm not so far from home. Don't forget I'm not so far from home. 'Cause when it's you, my heart feels it too. Hold on, I'm coming through. Just call, just call, just call. All you ever need to do is, when all you need is a friend. No, I won't ever hear excuses. We're in this till the end.
Thank you for joining us. We hope you have some fun tonight. We here at APQ are always striving to provide you with free trivia for your enjoyment. Unfortunately, things aren't free behind the scenes. We would like to invite you to help support this little trivia show. To support us, consider a donation. Click the handy-dandy link in the stream description so we can keep providing content for you trivia players. We recommend a donation of $5, but you can donate however much you'd like, either more or less. Currently, our creators are working for free, so all proceeds will help pay the bills for the creators behind the scenes who made this video happen. Thank you again for supporting our little trivia game, and thank you for your generosity. Tonight's APQ Online show is brought to us by the Heartland Tasting Room in lovely downtown Blair, Nebraska. They open back up next Monday, the 11th. They have a rotating selection of craft beers, a wide assortment of wines from around the world, and an outdoor patio with a cafe. One lucky winner tonight will win a $20 gift card to the Heartland Tasting Room. Thanks so much to them for sponsoring tonight's show. Hello, and welcome to tonight's episode of APQ Online. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Before I hand off tonight's hosting duties to your fabulous APQ host, allow me to go over the rules of our game. The game has two halves. Each half, 3 rounds, and each round has 3 questions. Your host will give you the categories for every single round. You're going to know what's coming, we promise. Your host will then ask 1 question, and you'll have about 2 minutes to type in your answer on the Google form that we sent out to you, along with a point value. And the point values for the first half are 5 points, 3 points, and 1 point, 5, 3, and 1. Now, you can use those points in any order you would like. However, you can only use them once per round. So 1 answer has to be a 5, 1 has to be a 3, and 1 has to be a 1. If you know what the answer is, put down 5 points. And if you're just guessing, that's fine. Put down your best guess, and then put down 1 point. But just remember, 1 has to be a 5, 1's a 3, 1's a 1. If the answer is correct, you get your points. And if it's not, it's okay, you don't get points. Nothing lost, you just don't get points. There are no penalties for wrong answers. Spelling doesn't count, just so long as we know what you're going for. There is a halftime question that your host will explain when they get there. In the second half, points then go to 6 points, 4, and a 2, again in any order, but just once in a round. And of course, what would be an online trivia show without one last final question? In it, a correct answer is worth 15 points, and an incorrect answer is worth negative 15 points. You'll lose 15 points if you get it wrong. And if you don't hand in an answer for that one, it's okay. You don't lose or gain any points. It's a 0 bet. After the final question, your team scorer should click Submit on the Google form, and it'll be sent to the APQ Scoratron 2000. We'll post a video with the winners and anything else to address tomorrow. One last thing. Our team of volunteers who create these videos are just that. They're volunteers. We rely on donations from players to keep these shows running. Please consider a donation through paypal.me/America's Pub Quiz or venmo.com/America's Pub Quiz. We recommend a $5 donation, but you may donate however much you'd like. If you donate at least $5, we will add an extra entry for you into our drawing for one of 3 $10 gift certificates, anywhere you want to have it. Thank you for supporting our volunteers and tonight's hosts with your generous donations. All right, without further ado, let's start the game. Please welcome tonight's trivia host.
Hey everyone, my name is Jamie. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska, and I host on Wednesday nights at Heartland Tasting Room in Blair, Nebraska. Quick shout out to all my regular teams there. I miss you guys tremendously. You don't even know. And I just wanted to thank you all for watching this right now and supporting America's Pub Quiz throughout all of this. I hope everyone is staying safe and staying healthy. And we're going to get right into our round 1 categories. They are actors, structures, and sci-fi. Actors, structures, and sci-fi. Question number 1, actors. What action star was born Mark Sinclair on July 18th, 1967? Again, what action star was born Mark Sinclair on July 18th, 1967. All right, question number 2 of round 1. We have structures. What observation tower was built as a feature at the 1962 World's Fair? What observation tower was built as a feature at the 1962 World's Fair? All right, now we have question 3 of round 1. That's sci-fi. What is the more common name for DS-1 Orbital Battle Station? What is the more common name for DS-1 Orbital Battle Station? Moving on to round 2, our categories are TV settings, golf, and movies. TV settings, golf, and movies. Question number 1, TV settings. What city was the setting for the sitcom Home Improvement? What city was the setting for the sitcom? That's a nice alliteration there. Home Improvement. It's tool time. Question number 2 of round 2, we got golf. In what U.S. state was the 2019 United States Open Championship held? In what U.S. state was the 2019 U.S. Open Championship held? And finally, question 3 of round 2, we got movies. In The Big Lebowski, what U.S. president is seen bowling in a picture on the dude's wall? In The Big Lebowski, what U.S. president is seen bowling in a picture on the dude's wall. All right, before we get into the categories for round 3, I just want to remind you guys, if you are able to right now donate to America's Pub Quiz, we would greatly appreciate it. That's at paypal.me/America's Pub Quiz or venmo.com/America's Pub Quiz. Those donations go to the volunteers who make this quiz show possible, i.e. me. And tomorrow there's a drawing for one of 3 $10 gift cards to any venue. Donations of $5 or more receive an extra entry in the drawing. And we thank you so much for those generous donations. Getting right into round 3 categories, we have classic rock, world history, and science. Oh well, classic rock, world history, and science. Question number 1, classic rock. What Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band was formed in 1967 by Steve Winwood, Jim Capaldi, Chris Wood, and Dave Mason? Again, question 1, classic rock. What Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band was formed in 1967 by Steve Winwood, Jim Capaldi, Chris Wood, and Dave Mason? All right, question number 2 of round 3. We have world history. In medieval Europe, what F word referred to the separation of classes into the nobility and peasants? Again, in medieval Europe, what F word referred to the separation of classes into the nobility and peasants? Keep it clean. And finally, question number 3 of round 3, we have science. Science! The medial longitudinal fissure separates what part of the body into 2 parts? The medial longitudinal fissure separates what part of the body into 2 parts? All right, that brings us to our halftime question. If you don't already know the halftime question, it's a 4-part question. I'll be reading a question that has 4 correct answers, and your team will get 2 points for each correct response we receive. And your halftime question, you'll get a little bit more time, but it is as follows. Given the artist and year, name the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 song with the word town in the title. Given the artist and year, name the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 song with the word town in the title. Number 1, 1976, Thin Lizzy. That was number 12 on the charts. Number 1, 1976, Thin Lizzy. That was number 12 on the charts. Number 2, 1980, Lips Inc. Number 2, 1980, Lips Inc. That was number 1 on the charts. Number 3, 1982, Stray Cats. 1982, Stray Cats. That was number 9 on the charts. And finally, number 4, 1991, Boys to Men. That was number 3 on the charts. Number 4, 1991, Boys to Men, number 3 on the charts. Good luck.
Tonight's APQ Online show is brought to us by the Heartland Tasting Room in lovely downtown Blair, Nebraska. They open back up next Monday, May 11th. They have rotating selection of craft beers, a wide assortment of wines from around the world, and an outdoor patio with a cafe. One lucky winner tonight will win a $20 gift card to HTR. Thanks to them for sponsoring tonight's game.
Categories for round 4: sports cities, TV names, and Beatles song, 80s movie, or both. Sports cities, TV names, and Beatles song, 80s movie, or both. Question number 1, sports cities. What is the only U.S. city that has 3 professional sports teams with the same color scheme? Again, what is the only U.S. city that has 3 professional sports teams with the same color scheme? Question number 2 of round 4. We have TV names. On the TV show Happy Days, Henry Winkler plays the character of Fonzie. What is Fonzie's first name on the show? On the TV show Happy Days, Henry Winkler plays the character of Fonzie. What is Fonzie's first name? Question number 3 of round 4. Identify if the following is the title of a Beatles song, the title of a 1980s movie, or both. Blue Velvet. Again, that was identify if the following is the title of a Beatles song, the title of an 80s movie, or both. Blue Velvet. Moving right along into round 5, we have people, places, and things. People, places, and things. Question number 1, people. In 1880, 27 years before merging with Ringling Brothers, what competing circus owner did P.T. Barnum sign a partnership with? In 1880, 27 years before merging with Ringling Brothers, what competing circus owner did P.T. Barnum sign a partnership with? Question number 2 of round 5 places. What is the 4th most populous country of the world behind China, India, and the USA? Again, what is the 4th most populous country of the world behind China, India, and the USA? And then question number 3 of round 5, we have things. The small core found in the center of a regulation Major League Baseball is made of what? The small core found in the center of a regulation Major League Baseball is made of what? Real quick, guys, I just need to ask one more time that if you're able to please go over to paypal.me/americaspubquiz or venmo.com/americaspubquiz. And if you're able to please donate. Donations of $5 or more will receive an extra entry into the drawing of one of 3 $10 gift cards. And we thank you so much for giving and helping out the volunteers that make these shows possible for you. Round number 6 categories are movie animals, U.S. presidents, and rappers. Movie animals, U.S. presidents, and rappers. Question number 1, movie animals. What is the name of the wolf befriended by Kevin Costner's character in Dances with Wolves, one of my favorite movies of all time? And what is the name of the wolf befriended by Kevin Costner's character in Dances with Wolves? Question number 2 of round 6, we have U.S. presidents. Jimmy Carter is a cousin of what female musician who was also married to another famous musician? Jimmy Carter is a cousin of what female musician who was also married to another famous musician? lastly, rappers. Question number 3 of round 6. In 2012, after visiting Jamaica, what rapper released a reggae single and amended his name to include the word lion? In 2012, after visiting Jamaica, what rapper released a reggae single and amended his name to include the word lion? All right, guys, we have finally made it to our final question, and it differs a little bit from our live in-person venue rules. So with this final question, if you get the question right, you earn 15 points. However, if it's incorrect, you lose points. There's no wagering this time. If you give us a blank answer, it'll be a 0 bet, so nothing is lost or gained for no answer. If you're not sure or don't want to lose points, just leave it blank. Do not type an answer and then 0 points. You will lose 15 points just for not following directions, all right? So your final question is, put the following Showtime TV shows in order from which began airing first to which began airing most recently. Again, that was put the following Showtime TV shows in order from which began airing first to which began airing most recently. These shows are Billions, Nurse Jackie, Shameless, The L Word. Again, those 4 TV shows are Billions, Nurse Jackie, Shameless, and The L Word. Again, you're going to put those in order from which began airing first to which began airing most recently. Good luck.
Thanks again to the Heartland Tasting Room in lovely downtown Blair, Nebraska for sponsoring tonight's trivia game. They open back up next Monday, the 11th. Go check them out. One lucky winner tonight will win a $20 gift card to HTR. Thank you again, Heartland, for sponsoring tonight's game.
All right, guys, make sure you click that submit on your score sheets. We're closing submissions in just a few seconds, so make sure you hurry up, click submit so we can get those scores in. Also, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me tonight on this special quarantine edition of America's Pub Quiz. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it's not the same, but we try to give you guys some kind of entertainment so you guys aren't just going stir crazy out there. I hope you guys are all staying safe and staying healthy. With that said, let me get into the answers for tonight's questions. Question number 1, actors. The action star that was born, Mark Sinclair, on July 18th, 1967 was Vin Diesel. The observation tower that was built as a feature at the 1962 World's Fair, the Space Needle. Question number 3 of round 1, the more common name for DS-1 orbital battle station was the Death Star. Round number 2, question 1, TV settings. The setting for Home Improvement was the suburb of Detroit. Question number 2 of round 2, golf. In what U.S. state was the 2019 U.S. Open Championship? That was California, Pebble Beach to be exact. Question number 3, movies. In The Big Lebowski, what U.S. president is seen bowling in a picture on the dude's wall? It was Richard Nixon, man. Categories for round 3. Classic rock, world history, and science. Question number 1, classic rock. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band that was formed in 1967 by Steve Winwood, Jim Capaldi, Chris Wood, and Dave Mason was Traffic. Question number 2, world history, medieval Europe. What F word referred to the separation of classes? That was feudalism. And question number 3 is science. The medial longitudinal fissure separates what part of the body into 2 parts? That was the brain into hemispheres. And your halftime question, given the artist and year, name the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 song with the word town in the title. Number 1 was The Boys Are Back in Town. Number 2 was Funky Town. Number 3, Stray Cats was Rock This Town. And number 4, Boyz II Men, Motown Philly. For round 4, we had sports cities. The U.S. city that has 3 professional sports teams with the same color scheme was Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The TV show Happy Days, Henry Winkler plays Fonzie. Fonzie's first name was Arthur. And then identify the following as the title of a Beatles song, the title of an 80s movie, or both. Blue Velvet was an 80s movie. People for round 5, question 1. In 1880, 27 years before merging with the Ringling Brothers, what competing circus owner did P.T. Barnum sign a partnership with? That was James Bailey. And then places, what is the 4th most populous country of the world? That's Indonesia. And number 3 of round 5, the small core found in the center of a regulation MLB is made of what, or baseball, it's made of cork. And the little blurb about that is during World War II, due to material shortages, the core was made of rubber. And then finally, your round 6 categories, movie animals, U.S. presidents, and rappers. Question number 1 was, what is the name of the wolf befriended by Kevin Costner's character in Dances with Wolves? Was Two Socks. U.S. presidents, Jimmy Carter is a cousin of what female musician? That was June Carter Cash. And then your rappers answer, after visiting Jamaica, what rapper released a reggae single and amended his name to include the word lion? That was Snoop Dogg. In addition to Snoop Lion, he also released a compilation of electronic music under the name DJ Snoopadelic. And then your final question, put the following Showtime TV shows in order from which began airing first to which began airing most recently. That answer is The L Word, which began in 2004. Nurse Jackie began in 2009. Shameless 2011, and Billions 2016. Hope you guys all did well tonight, and I will see you guys next time.